Hey guys, we are in the basement, and today guys, on this episode of John's Arcade, and yeah, by the way, Firefox still down. I have no idea what's wrong with it. We need to pull that thing out and look at it. But anyway, guys, yes, I am back, and yeah, iRobot's still down. Now, when you turn iRobot on, you get a white screen that flashes and flashes and flashes. Sometimes the game boots. Most times it does not now. It's just a white screen, it's pulsing. I have no idea. I'm worried it's a board issue. I'm worried there's something wrong with the reset circuit. I have no idea. Robotron's still down, but that one we could fix. But anyway, guys, yes, I'm back. I know it's been like a week or two since the last video, and I kind of warned you guys in the last video that, well, March is going to be kind of tough for me. I'm just telling you right now, we're going to squeeze this video in tonight, but there might not be another video for 10, 12 days. I'm just warning you. It doesn't mean I don't want to do it. It's just I got stuff going on with work and personal and family. It's just like this perfect storm of stuff going on, and I'm just not available on the weekends. Like, I was in New York City last weekend, and so whatever. So just know that I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not quitting this. So anyway, tonight I want to do something kind of light and fun because it's Wednesday night here, about 8 p.m. And this is what I have time to do. And the thing is, I've been meaning to do this anyway. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of an unboxing here because Funko. And by the way, before we start too, I got to tell you guys, we're doing an auction. If you go to johnsarcade.com, we're auctioning off all of this stuff here, okay? We have a Famicom Mini, okay, with a Famicom Mini monitor back there. You're gonna get that too. It's a bundle, it's like 400 bucks. You're gonna get an NES Classic Edition. Only one of these. This one's mine, I'm keeping this one. But you're gonna get an NES Classic Edition with a Nyko wireless controller and then the 6-foot extension cable. And then also, I'm gonna throw in these Funko these Funko arcade figures. Everybody's gonna get, we're gonna basically have 10 prize packages. There's some CDs, there's a Vegetti, yeah, Vegetti. As seen on John's Arcade. I mean, John's Kitchen. So, we're gonna be giving away a Vegetti. Everyone's gonna get high score, pads. We got CDs, kill screen CDs. We got John's Arcade shirts. And then also, everybody's gonna get one of these. Okay, now Funko sent me 2 cases of these, okay? And these are retro video game vinyl figures. They're super cool, guys. I don't even think these are on the market yet, okay? And everyone that wins a prize, the top 10, we're going to give away 10 prizes at johnsarcade.com, is going to get one of these, okay? So in this episode here, I want to open these up and take a look at them. Also, we're going to do a ton of viewer mail, a ton. And one of the viewer mail questions actually is about some stuff that's over here. And we're also going to talk about this stuff, okay? Look at these things, huh? We're going to check these out too in this video. I haven't decided if those are going to be part of the raffle or not. I actually bought those for myself. But anyway, what I want to do here at the top of the episode here is I want to just check these out. And again, everyone that wins a raffle prize, top 10, is going to get at least one of these, okay, in their little prize package. Go to johnsarcade.com and enter that raffle. Anyway, what are these? Okay, so these are made by Funko, okay? They're little retro video game vinyl figures. And actually, one is missing here, and I'll tell you why. I was at the hangar, and there's this guy that goes to the hangar pub and grill in Amherst, Mass, where my friend Jay and I put some arcade games. There's a guy and this kid that are there every single day playing Miss Pac-Man. And so I actually had picked these up that day, and I was at the hangar, and so I opened this up and I gave the kid one of the Miss Pac-Man ones. Because these guys are hardcore Miss Pac-Man guys, so one is missing. But anyway, we're going to open these up. So let's take a look here. So on the little header card back here, what do you want to call it? They've got Miss Pac-Man, Pac-Man, Centipede, Q*bert, Dig Dug, Frogger, and then Mega Man. Why is Mega Man in here? That doesn't make any sense. And Funko sent me 2 cases of these. So we got plenty to give away. I might actually extend the raffle prizes, to like maybe maybe we'll do 15 winners or something. But anyway, you can see here, they're little arcade cabinets. So this one's a Centipede, not exactly like the arcade cabinet, but pretty close. And on the back here, it shows all the different figures. There's actually 3, 6, 9, there's 12 different ones. So again, Pac-Man, Blinky, Miss Pac-Man Ghost. That's what they're calling it. Q*bert, Coily. Now, was that Sue? Isn't Sue the pink ghost? Coily, Centipede. Why is Mega Man in here? It doesn't make sense. Frogger, Dig Dug, Puka from Dig Dug, and then Figar also from Dig Dug, okay? So they all look like little arcade cabinets. You got Pac-Man and Centipede, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to open these up, and I'll keep some for myself, and the rest of them I'm gonna give to you guys in that raffle at John's Arcade. So why don't we just start here with Frogger? Let's see if we can open all of them up, one of each. So right away, you notice that it does indeed kind of look like the arcade cabinet. You know, I mean, this sort of looks like my Q*bert. I mean, the artwork is right. The profile, the shape of it is not. You can see my Q*bert hanging out back there. But yeah, artwork's all right. Look at the control panel. Definitely in the ballpark, but you know, they all have this like generic shape. I know it's a simple little cardboard box, so they were kind of limited to how detailed it could be. But anyway, let's open this up here. Let's see what Q*bert looks like. How does this thing open? On the bottom? Okay, so there's a little black bag here. Oh, that's awesome! I totally love that! That is a great Q*bert! So he's actually pretty solid. Now, Funko makes like the little Funko Pop things. You've seen them everywhere. I'm sure they got like Star Wars and every license known to man. So they, I guess, did video game ones now. So that Q*bert's fantastic, okay? So we got Q*bert. Let's take a look at Centipede here. Yeah, I know we're not in the garage. I just don't have time. I don't have time to fix anything right now. Don't worry, just trust me. I'm not going anywhere. And by the way, I gotta tell you guys, we'll talk about it later, but I'm gonna be speaking at the Southern Fried Game Room Expo again this year. Remember we did that a couple years ago? We're gonna be doing that again. Boy, Centipede is badass. Wow, these are super cool, I have to say. Honestly, that is awesome. Don't you guys think? Boy, these guys kind of nailed these little figures. All right, let's open Frogger. I like that Centipede. Those are super neat. These are great little figures. So yeah, I'll be going down to Georgia again, and we'll probably hang out with Ben Heck again and do videos and all that stuff. So if you guys are in the Georgia area, definitely go to Southern Fried Game Room Expo. I think it's like June 11th or 12th or something. And we are going to be doing BroFest again. I don't have anything to say just yet, but we'll talk about that soon. So there's Frogger. Boy, these are cute. I gotta say, they really did a good job with these. Don't you think? I like Q*bert. I mean, Frogger, he's got a little suitcase there. He's going to work. So, boy, these are good. All right, let's look at Dig Dug. I'm actually kind of excited about Dig Dug. Like, this is the kind of, like there's been Q*bert toys. Not really Centipede toys, but I don't think there's ever been Dig Dug toys. I don't think I ever got a Dig Dug toy ever in my life. So here's the cabinet. Looks legit. So I guess you're supposed to open it right here. All right, so here's that. They're all these kind of like blind black bags. Oh, so the Dig Dug one, oh, he is cool. These are awesome. So you don't know which one you're gonna get in the Dig Dug. So it could be either one, Dig Dug, Puka, or Figar. Boy, he is cool. Boy, they did a great job, honestly. All right, so Miss Pac-Man, I see. So Miss Pac-Man's either going to be Miss Pac-Man or Miss Pac-Man Ghosts. But it looks like, oh, it's a Centipede. Oh, Q*bert could be Coily. Oh, I see what they did. So when you get the Pac-Man one, you're going to get either Pac-Man or Blinky. Okay, when you get the Miss Pac-Man one, you're going to get either Miss Pac-Man or Miss Pac-Man Ghost, which I believe is Sue. If you open the Q*bert one, it's going to be either Q*bert or Coily. Now, the Centipede one, I think it can only be Centipede because there's no other Centipede figures they're showing here. And then the Mega Man is just going to be Mega Man. And then the Frogger one is going to be just Frogger. And then Dig Dug is going to be either one of these three. Interesting. So let's see if we got a Miss Pac-Man or a Ghost here. I'm making a big mess. All right, so we got the Ghost. But you know what? They're doing a really good job with the cuteness here. Now, I'm wondering how much more of these I should open because I got to save some for you guys for the raffle. Why don't we go into the next carton? Is this fun? I kind of think it is. I really wanted to do this, honestly. When Funko sent me these figures, I'm like, oh, they look so good. I saw pictures of them online, and I just thought they looked really neat. Let's see if there's anything different in the second carton here. All right. Okay, so this is how this store would receive it. You know, it's like a retail point of purchase display. So this is the header card, and then let's see if we can just drop this whole display out of here. Okay. So let's see if we need to strategize here. So I need to save at least 10 for the raffle. So I think Mega Man, Miss Pac-Man, Pac-Man, Dig Dug Centipede, that's 6. Gotta have Cubert, Frogger. Let's see. What do you guys think? Which one should I throw in the raffle? Maybe another Cubert? Can't go wrong with Cubert. And another Dig Dug. So am I missing anything? Miss Pac-Man's in there, Cubert, Dig Dug. So that's 9. So why don't we throw in another Pac-Man, right? Can't go wrong with Pac-Man. So I'm going to reserve these 10 for the raffle. So everyone in the top 10 will get one. And then maybe we'll throw a couple more in, and then we'll raffle off 12 prizes. Yeah, why don't I do that? Let's throw like 2 more in the raffle. So we'll do like a Miss Pac and a Cubert, right? And then for myself, we'll open a Pac-Man. So let's put these over here. So let's open a Pac-Man. I definitely don't need all this stuff. I got enough toys down here, but I am kind of into this, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of think these are cool. All right, so let's see what Pac-Man thing we got. Oh, we got another ghost. Darn it. Ah. That's probably the least exciting one possible, don't you think? All right, let's see what's going on with Mega Man here. So is Mega Man just going to be Mega Man, or like, look at the arcade cabinet? And by the way, I don't believe there was ever a Mega Man arcade game, but they're showing like a screenshot of the NES version. Oh, look at, so it's got like NES style controllers or Super Nintendo controllers. I don't know what's going on there. But let's see what's in here. And it is indeed, oh, he's cute. Boy, these guys really got the cute thing down, huh? All right, so let's see what's left. All right, so I've got 1, 2, 3. So what am I missing that I kind of really wouldn't mind having? I really want another Dig Dug guy. Let's open Dig Dug. I think the Dig Dug ones are my favorite. Let's open a Dig Dug. And we got Dig Dug, yes! Oh, he's so great! Yeah, I like him. All right, we're gonna stop, all right? We're gonna stop opening these, and then what I'll do is maybe I'll save all these boxes, and we'll include it, so someone will get, we have 2 more Dig Dugs, I'll throw those in the raffle pool, so we got a lot here to give away. So why don't I fill one of these displays back up, and so I'll figure it out so we have maybe 12 prize packages total instead of 10. And I'm gonna do that raffle drawing on April 1st. So make sure you guys go to johnsarcade.com and enter the raffle before that. Okay, so it looks like we're literally giving away an entire display and then some. Because there's 12 here. Here's 2 more, so there's 14 of them. So we're gonna give away 14 of these figures. So again, johnsarcade.com, and then I'll for now I'll just kind of throw this stuff in here. Oh, here's another unopened one. We got 15 of these. That's good. So is there one I kind of... Coily wouldn't be bad. I wouldn't mind a Pac-Man one. Nah, we'll stop. I'll give them to you guys. All right, let's put that in here. So what we're gonna do now, and by the way, Funko, thanks for sending me these. They're awesome. And yes, they sent them to me to review and unbox like we're doing, but I wanted to because they're so badass. And I said, can I give them away? And they said, sure. All right, let's load this up here. I like that little box. So I don't really think these are in the stores yet. So I guess look around. I don't know. Maybe Toys R Us or something. I have no idea where they would sell this. And then here's the Frogger one I kind of mangled. All right, so let's put this to the side here. All right, so what I want to do right now is I want to read a viewer mail that's going to segue into something else, because my friend Ty Laurie, on Twitter was tweeting about these little arcade cabinets, okay? And I'm like, oh my God, those are super cool. And then I also got an email from someone, so I'm gonna read this email real quick. And by the way, if you guys wanna participate in viewer mail, you gotta email them to me at john@johnsarcade.com. That's john@johnsarcade.com, okay? I like the Centipede a lot, he's cool. Anyway, yes, john@johnsarcade.com. If you wanna participate in the viewer mail, any comment or question, what have you, john@johnsarcade.com. This one's from Rich. Hi, John. I'm writing you again because I just picked up this Centipede Mini at Walmart for $20. I just wanted to share it to put it on your radar. It has a cool little LCD type screen, decent play, and some of the sound is a decent approximation too. You can see its size compared to my vintage Frogger Coleco Mini in the photo. A no-brainer for $20. Keep rocking the basement, John. P.S. I finally scored my dream Spy Hunter for $500 off Craigslist. That's actually not bad. You know, Spy Hunter going up in price. You know, those MCR games are just great. You know, they're some of the best games from the 80s, and I really like the Value Midway stuff, and I wouldn't mind a Spy Hunter. I've had an opportunity to get one here and there. Big, heavy cabinet, my God. But $500, I would probably consider that. It has some graphic issues. I reseated all the chips, cleaned the connectors. Still has boxes around the vehicles and bullets. Any ideas? Thanks for being awesome, Rich. So, Rich, I'm going to tell you something. I actually ran into this, something similar on our tapper at the hangar, okay? And I don't know if this is your problem. I'll tell you this, Spy Hunter, I believe, has 2 MCR power supplies. Isn't that true? Because it has stereo sound, or does it have 2 sound amps? I don't know. Regardless, this is what I did to fix our tapper that had graphic issues on the character sprites. I went to the hangar. Okay. Now he said he reseated all the chips though. Did you reseat all of the chips or just the ones you could get to? Because I went to the hangar the other day and our tapper, all the characters, all the sprites were all like glitching out, right? And they had like just crazy like garbage all around them. So I pulled the board out and I got to the video board, because Tapper is like a 3-board stack, and I think it's the same as the Spy Hunter stack. So I got to the video board, I pulled out my screwdriver, and I reset every one of the ROMs on the video board, and then I put it back together, and it was fixed just like that. So that would be what I would recommend, and of course, you gotta check voltages. I'm assuming that you did that. Other than that, you know, it kind of, you know, do you have a bad EEPROM? Do you need to check the ROMs? Do you have bad RAM somewhere? I mean, with the MCRs, a lot of times it is connection and chip issues, but if that doesn't fix it, then you're gonna have to kind of just start looking at bad ROMs and stuff, because you got a box around the vehicles. It could be a RAM thing. I don't know. I'm actually guessing right now, because you know, so yeah, I would try making sure you reseat those chips on the video board. If anyone else has suggestions for him or has had this same problem, leave a comment below. But anyway, going back to your original comment about the Centipede Mini at Walmart. So my buddy Ty, he was tweeting on Twitter about these, okay? And I had never seen these before. And I'm gonna tell you, when I was a kid, right? When I was a kid, you know, I had this, and one of the viewers sent me this, okay? I had games like this, okay, and it was like these kind of liquid crystal displays or quartz. I don't know what it is, but see a little display in there. You needed to shine a light through the back, and then you could play this Donkey Kong Jr. But it was just lighting up these kind of predefined areas. It wasn't really like a television screen, right? And that was always my dream. Like, oh, I had all these stupid, cheap little handheld games, but they didn't have a TV, you know? It was like this little display that would just light up little sections and stuff, and it wasn't as good as playing in the living room. So my dream for, you know, was always to have a little arcade game like this that had an actual display in it. And by the way, does that look familiar how they treated that word arcade there? I thought it did. But anyway, he's talking about the Centipede one, and there's also a Cubert one, and I believe that they're coming out with more of these. But this thing, we're gonna check it out. I believe too that it's running the NES versions of these games or something like that. So let's take a look at the Centipede one first. And I haven't decided. I probably will include these in the raffle, and you're gonna get this exact one that we're opening. You know, the raffle prizes might go as deep as 15 when we're all said and done. So make sure you go to johnsarcade.com. But let's take a look at this thing, and I'll try not to trash this too much, because I do want to include this in the raffle. All right, so here it is. right? And let's completely take it out. And oh my God, what is this lunacy? So, all right. Okay. Never seen these kind of holders on here. All right. So it's gonna come out now. Jesus. All right. So here it is. And again, you know, whenever they make these kind of toys, they never get the shape of the cabinet right, do they? That is not the Centipede profile. But again, if you research this, I did some really brief, minor reading about this stuff, and I believe it is emulating the NES version somehow. So let's pull this out, and that right there says to throw it in the garbage, okay? And let's pull this out, okay? Let's turn it on, okay? Now look at that, guys, huh? Pretty cool, right? So it says press start. Hey, that's kind of cool. Now, obviously, you're playing Centipede with a joystick. You know, the original Centipede had a trackball. But, I mean, this was my dream when I was a kid. Yeah, this is kind of fun. I can get into this. I don't know for how long. It'd be kind of cool if the marquee lit up, huh? That's not bad. What do you guys think, huh? So you can get these at Walmart for like 20 bucks. I actually bought this on eBay. I kind of overpaid for it with shipping. I paid more than 20, but I just really thought it was cool because honestly, it was kind of my dream. Now, again, I believe that what's in here is some emulator or something that is running like the NES flavor of these games. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. So let's take a look at Q*bert in here. And again, I think this is the NES version of Q*bert. So I don't know if, can you hack this thing and put other ROMs in it? Wouldn't that be cool? All right, so let's do the same thing here. God, I'm making a mess tonight, huh? All right, so here's the Q*bert cabinet. Again, we'll pull this stuff out. So you can see it's same profile as the Centipede, right? Same cabinets, right? The side art completely wrong. Q*bert did not have Q*bert right here. It was basically this graphic right in the middle here. But because they had the cabinet profile different, actually the cabinet profile is almost right. It's like they shaved off the back, right? And the bezel is kind of right. The control panel overlay is not right, but it's in the ballpark. Now, the joystick, you'll notice, is a four-way diagonal, huh? Because Q*bert has a four-way joystick, which goes up left, down right, down left, and up left, right? So it's not a four-way up, down, left, right. It's a diagonal joystick, and you can see there's a little diagonal restrictor plate on there, so you could play some legit Q*bert with this. So let's turn it on and see how it looks. Okay, and again, I'm 90% positive this is the NES version. So it says loading, that's interesting. It even has the little sounds, the little voices. Boy, that plays pretty good. I would say that this is the one to get over the Centipede. Let's see. Hey, that's not bad, guys. I gotta say, this is good. For a little handheld for 20 bucks, this is outstanding. Again, when I was a kid, this is like something I would dream about. So yeah, very cool. So anyway, Rich, yes, I'm aware of these little game systems. They're on my radar, and I'm going to throw these in the raffle, okay? So this is going to go in the raffle, too. We're giving away a lot of stuff, guys. You're helping me clean out my basement. johnsarcade.com. Enter the raffle. I mean, there's more stuff we got to do. Like, we got to talk about that Famicom monitor. I got to do a video for that. My God. We're never going to get caught up. So anyway, let's read some more viewer mail here. I can't believe the mess we're making over here. All right, so let's keep going with the viewer mail. All right, next one here is from Clive, and it says, to John, oh, hi, John. I don't know if you have been asked this question or thought about it much, but here it goes. The Donkey Kong arcade machine you purchased arrived in a bad state from what I remember you saying. Do you think you would be in the arcade hobby if it had arrived in mint condition? It kind of pushed you into learning about the workings of the arcade machine so you could fix it. Every cloud has a silver lining, eh? We, the viewers, should thank the guy that sent you the Donkey Kong in the condition you got it in. We should thank him, or we may not have gotten John's Arcade YouTube channel. You know, I've thought about that too, and I think I've talked about it on the channel. I'm pretty sure, especially in the year-end videos. So when the first game I ever got was Donkey Kong, and I've told the story a gazillion frickin' times on this channel. But when I got that game, I didn't know what I was doing at all. I really didn't know what I was doing. And I took a chance on an eBay listing that was way too much money, and I had it shipped to my house, actually to a warehouse in Connecticut. I got it home, I opened the back door, and the monitor basically fell out, and it was destroyed. The whole inside of the cabinet was destroyed. Turned out the seller didn't bolt the monitor down, and the whole thing came undone in transit, and just basically destroyed the inside of the cabinet. So from that moment on, and by the way, the seller was in Texas, so I was the one that had to figure it out, because he was like, whatever, 5,000 miles away. He eventually shipped me the parts and the monitor, but at the end of the day, I had to get in there and put my hands near everything and put plugs on and research and basically discover Claw along the way. And yes, you know, if that machine arrived in mint condition and it was a turnkey game, and I never had to do anything, right? I never had to research anything. I never had to go find parts. I never had to be part of a community and talk to people for help, looking for help. I probably would not be doing this right now. I think that's pretty accurate, honestly, because otherwise it would have been just like buying a refrigerator. You know, you just put it in your house and you don't think about it ever again. But instead, I was thinking about it again a lot, and I was researching and meeting people, making friends. So I guess the moral of the story is, don't be afraid. I guess if you want this to be your life, if you want a basement like this, a garage full of junk, and then a bar full of arcade games, then by all means, buy a broken game and get thrown into this world. It is very rewarding, though, honestly. I love this hobby for so many reasons, mostly because it's multifaceted. You know, I'm learning electronics. I'm learning how things work. You know, I'm soldering. I'm getting better at woodworking and Bondo and painting and putting artwork on and making things look pretty and cleaning. It's just so multifaceted. That's why I love this hobby. It's not like you're just doing one thing, you know? Like, so yeah, definitely I encourage you guys to buy broken games. Hey John, it's Dave again regarding the raffle. This is from Dave. So I had a bunch of questions about the raffle, how it works and all that stuff. It says, hi John, it's Dave again regarding the raffle entry process on your website. I have a third time to enter and now have successfully entered 2 of 3 via email and Twitter. I don't really know what I did. Maybe I clicked on the check instead of the box it said submit. Seemed to be successful by accident. Sorry, it seemed confusing, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, so Dave sent me a couple emails trying to figure out the raffle thing, and I guess I'll just clarify. If you go to johnsarcade.com to enter the raffle, there's a little, let the page load. Okay, so at the top of johnsarcade.com is going to be some text I typed describing the stuff we're giving away, and there's going to be more stuff than what it lists, okay? And then underneath it, there's a little box that's going to load. It's Rafflecopter, okay? That's what I'm using to basically manage this whole raffle process. They're accepting all the entries, and then when the raffle is over, we push a button and it says these are the winners. That's how it works. I don't have to think about it, and it's what I need. So anyway, if you go there on your computer, the box will load up. It might take a second or two, and you'll see the whole box, and then you can enter one of 3 ways, and you can basically get 3 entries. Actually, how it works is this. You have to be following me on Twitter, and it's the only way to prevent people from like cheating and using like 30 email addresses, okay? So you have to follow me on Twitter, okay? So that's 1 entry, and you can only do that once, okay? if you go to my John's Arcade Facebook page, you get one more entry. So now you have 2 entries, okay? And then the third entry you can get is that if you tweet on Twitter about John's Arcade, okay, and you have to do it through the Rafflecopter thing, you'll get a third entry. Now that one, the tweeting thing, you can do every single day, okay? So you can get 3 entries pretty easily, and then if you want to tweet every day, you'll get another entry. So the more you do that, the more you. It's just how the Rafflecopter thing works. It's kind of fun, honestly. But so yes, that's how it works. And then if you go to my website in the little Rafflecopter box, it'll tell you your process: 0 of 3, 1 of 3, 2 of 3, whatever, something like that. And then anyway, you keep doing that, and then on April 1st, or actually March 31st, we're gonna do the drawing. Whatever the Rafflecopter thing is just gonna stop. It's time to stop, like on April 1st. So when it reaches its end, it just stops, and I go in there and I push a button, and then we'll announce all the winners, and maybe we'll do that in the video or something. This wasn't really meant to be the raffle video, but I guess all this stuff kind of revolves around it. Because I can't, I don't need all these toys, so I definitely want to raffle these off, and gosh darn, they're cute, aren't they? All right. Okay, so this one is from Darren. Let's see here. Looks like he sent this a couple times. This one is from March. Hello, John. My arcade. This was actually today, wasn't it? Hello, John. My arcade has grown over the past year, and I filled my collection with plenty of multi-cabs, a motor dome pinball machine, as well as a couple of complete cabinets. I have followed your advice on grabbing dead or near-dead machines cheap. Okay, that's how you do this hobby on the down low, on the cheap. And working on them, and this is what I have to show for it. Not the prettiest looking batch, but my friends and family love playing them all. Every bit of advice you give is so much appreciated over here. Any advice on what to watch out for with Motor Dome would be great. Keep up the awesome work. Darren Putt in Ontario, Canada. And then Darren sent me a photo. If I did this right, yeah. Okay, let's take a look at his arcade right here. All right, so Darren, your arcade's looking pretty cool. It's looking very red. I see a lot of red and black in there. so you're asking me about Motor Dome. You know, the one thing with the pinballs that you gotta do, number one, just really across the board with all the solid state ones, you gotta check the batteries, remove the batteries, change the batteries, just get the old batteries off of the boards as soon as possible. You know, remove the back glass. You're going to see the main board, typically a battery holder and a couple AA's. If those leak, it'll take out the whole game. Okay, so get the battery. It's the first thing you need to do with a pinball machine. Period. The end. Actually, when you go to look at a pinball machine, Craigslist or whatever, it's the first thing you need to do. Take the back glass off and look at the batteries. Are they leaking? Okay, if they are on the board, you could have a mess on your hands. Or is the game dead? Take off the back glass. Is the battery holder leaking? Okay, that it could have taken the game out. Look at it. How does it look? You know, you can neutralize the acid. There's stuff you can do to stop the spread, because the acid from the batteries basically just starts following the traces all around. So that's my recommendation, I guess, for the pin. You know, not knowing much else about your game, but good looking game room, Darren. All right, let's go on here. This one's from Chris Lee. Hi, John. I have been a long-time subscriber to your channel. I really enjoy watching your restore and monitor videos. I was given a free cabinet by a friend, and it looks to be an Atari Xevious that was converted to a Lightning Fighters. They really did a number on the marquee to convert it, and I was wondering if you had any suggestions on what the best way to restore the marquee would be. Can you also let me know where to order the best quality replacement marquee? Thanks, Chris from Toronto. So let me show you guys his conversion Xevious right here. Okay, so that thing looks pretty rotten. Well, I mean, the cabinet actually is in good shape, but the marquee is a little chewed up. So, okay, so Xevious is one of those Atari, like control panel overlay wraparound marquees. It's not plexiglass or glass. It's actually like that same kind of Lexan material that they use on control panel overlays. You know, Star Wars has the same kind of setup, and so does actually the Major Havoc back here. I could show you guys just as an example. It's this kind of dealy bob here, you know, where it wraps around a piece of wood, okay? Now, I couldn't tell if your wood was all there, but I'll tell you this, go to phoenixarcade.com. Darren over there makes some of the best reproduction artwork. Actually, a lot of the stuff that he sells is from Rich at This Old Game, okay? It's really good silkscreen stuff. Go to phoenixarcade.com, okay? order yourself an Exevious overlay, a marquee, which is made out of this overlay material. And then you're gonna have to just remove whatever's on there now and figure out a way to kind of rebuild the wood here so you can wrap the marquee, you know, and then behind this, I think there's a piece of glass, right? And then there's a bowl behind that. I'm pretty sure that's how this Major Havoc is. There's glass behind this and then a bowl behind that. So you're gonna have to kind of maybe Google some images and maybe you could figure out, you know, what it's supposed to really look like. But as far as like where to get the reproduction overlay, it's Phoenix Arcade all the way. It's gonna definitely be your best bet. So good luck to you. All right, moving on. I printed a bunch, guys, I think. Let me see how many more I got. Oh, this one's kind of funny. This one's from Carl, and actually a few people sent me this article, okay? Hi, John, I just wanted to show you an article that recently came up through Facebook. How reliable the source is for replacing the CR2 tube for the classic arcade games. How reliable, but thought to seek your wisdom or thoughts about the subject. Okay, so basically at the end of the day, it was an article that Gizmodo released. I don't know who wrote it. It basically said something that CRT supplies have vanished and the CRTs are obsolete and classic arcade games are going away as a result, okay? And he goes on saying, now I know you mentioned using some older arcade games that have been hacked for parts and all that, but as you and I know already, some games are best viewed with the original arcade monitors when they were brand new, which usually looks great with them, but since most manufacturers have gone the way of the dodo bird in manufacturing them, it looks like the LCD or LED might be the only way of keeping these machines going. For home use, replacement monitors, what do you think about it? I say no. I would normally agree with you to get a replacement CRT for the one that is burnt out or no longer good, but since they are no longer being made, do you think that LCD or LED will have to do for the classical arcade? The new arcade games will be the same. So, you know, this article is written by some out-of-touch millennial, and I don't agree with him. Listen, yes, they're not making CRTs, it's true. But are there no CRTs? Have they been outlawed? Are the police wandering the streets, gathering people with CRTs and locking them up? No. They're actually pretty easy to find. Go on Craigslist. They're everywhere. Because I can go on Craigslist at any time right now in 2017 and find arcade games for pretty cheap. Junk ones, dead ones, whatever, and they all have CRTs in them, and that's how I like to get them. If I need to get them, I look for a game that is just a piece of junk and nobody wants. It could be a poker machine. They're still out there. So I think that if you really are serious about experiencing these games the way they were meant to be, you gotta use CRTs. I will never put an LCD. I know I've covered this before. And I hope I don't ever eat my words here, but I will never put an LCD in any of these classic arcade games ever. I just will not do it, okay? Because I haven't had to. I got spares in the garage. I mean, Jay and I got like 30 some odd games in the hangar. I got 40 games. I'm not having trouble finding these CRTs. Yeah, I'm no different than you. I'm just going on Craigslist looking for stuff. So, I say no. I say no to the CRT. I say no to the OLED, the LCD. I think that if you really want to keep these games alive, you want to keep the history and all that stuff alive, you got to put the work in, guys. Don't take the shortcuts. I know it's daunting and scary. And you know what? There's guys that will fix your monitor too. You know, like Chad at Arcade Cup, Buffett. These guys all fix monitor chassis. Ian Kellogg at iankellogg.com. You can reach out to all these people. They'll help you. You could send the chassis to them. They'll rebuild it and send it back. You know, and if you have a monitor with a lot of burn, I don't know. I haven't had too many monitors really that I just could not use. I think Gyrus was the worst one of all the games I've ever owned. So monitor burn's a little overrated too. I think that when you first get in this hobby and you only have like 1 or 2 games, you are so picky about every little detail. And then as you get more and more and more into the hobby, you start realizing that some of this stuff is kind of patina, you know, that it's just part of the history of it and you shouldn't touch it, you know. If the game's not rusty and you're not cutting yourself on it, I tend to leave stuff alone these days. Whereas in the beginning, I wanted everything to be freakishly perfect, including the monitor. I get it, you know, because if there was a little burn in right here of just like the number 1, and that would be all that's wrong with this monitor. It'd be a beautiful picture, but there'd be a burnt little, like, number 1 that's about 3/8 of an inch tall. It would drive me insane. I'd want to replace the monitor. I'm not like that anymore at all. So anyway, yes, Carl, I say no. I say put the CRTs, stick with CRTs. All right, I think this is the last one I printed. It is. All right, this is from Mike. So I recently purchased a 2005 Golden Tee machine. Dedicated cabinet with the green board. Now, when he says green board, so IT, Incredible Technologies, had 2 flavors. They had a green board and a red board. And each one used 2 different kinds of power supplies. So you have to know that. When I turn the power on, I hear a clicking noise in the back of the game. Is that the hard drive? There's 110 volts going to the monitor control board, but I get no sound. No lights and no video. I've looked online. I can't really find much to help me troubleshoot the issue. Any ideas of where I should start or what I should do? The power supply is brand new as well. Okay, so I guess, do you have the right power supply? Is the power supply really working? Have you checked the voltages? Have you checked fuses? Are you getting voltage to the board? You need to know this, okay? You can't just replace the power supply. Maybe the power supply is not getting power, right? So you gotta get a multimeter, you gotta measure 5 volts. The easiest way is probably right by the harness connection, the JAMA plug where it goes into the board. You know, figure out where the 5 volts in the ground is and kind of get your multimeter in there. I'm getting a little burpy here. This water. Get your multimeter in there and, 5 volts in ground is going to be near the edge. If you're not sure, Google like Golden Tee pinout or JAMA pinout. It'll tell you which of the rails on the edge connector is what. So you want to make sure you have your 5 volts going to your game PCB. The clicking noise, is that coming from the monitor? Is that the flyback? Okay, because these monitors, they'll go into HV shutdown and they'll make a clicking noise, just like we found with that Polo monitor. Remember that? That Polo monitor that we still haven't fixed. I know you guys have been asking me about that. And then also the clicking noise, is that the hard drive? Because the Golden Tee's got a hard drive. So those are places to start. You got to make sure you're actually really getting power to everything, okay? Because it's kind of weird that there's no sound, there's no lights, and there's no video. It could be that you have a single fuse on the bottom of the cabinet that's just taking the whole thing down. Is there interlock switches on the coin door? I don't think so. Sometimes there's like interlock safety switches on the coin door. Like when I got my Q*bert, the thing was dead like that. No lights, no sounds, no nothing. The thing was just dead. Those are usually the easiest games to fix because it could be as simple as a fuse. So you got to look all around and figure out if you have a dead fuse somewhere. So all right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. And again, I'm warning you, I'm going to be busy the next couple of weekends, so I might not be able to get a video out, okay? And if I don't, it doesn't mean that I don't care about this channel. You don't have to leave those comments. Is this channel still a thing? Rest in peace, John's Arcade. I see the comments. But April's going to be back to normal. I'll have all the weekends available to me. And then also in June, I'm going to be speaking at the Southern Fried Game Room Expo. The dates are like June 11th or 12th. Just search for that. And then also, we are going to be doing the Fun Spot Tournament again, okay? And that's going to be that weekend after Memorial Day. I got to get together with Gary and Clint. We got to figure it all out. I don't know what it's going to be exactly this year and how different it is going to be than last year, but there's going to be a Fun Spot Tournament. I just haven't had the chance to think about it, honestly. But I know it's full steam ahead. I know that Clint has booked his flight. I know that people are booking hotels already. So it's that weekend after Memorial Day. I need to just pick up the phone and talk to Gary about it. But you guys should probably put that on the calendar. I will make a formal announcement about that within the next week or two. But just know it's happening, okay? And other than that, that's it for the video. Be sure to check out my podcast, Video Game Outsiders, at videogameoutsiders.com. And also, we have an app. If you go to the iTunes Store or Google Play, search for Video Game Outsiders. Download the free podcasting app. It's a great way to keep up with all the new podcasts for free. And then also, there's bonus content. Michelle does a bonus podcast. I do one. We both do one together. It's actually 12 extra podcasts a month. You need to subscribe to get those. It's $1.99 a month. And then my show, The John Show with John, which is part of that extra content, is typically arcade heavy. You know, I do a lot of old viewer mails that I never read. It's fun. It's a short you know, 10, 15-minute podcast a week. Nothing gigantic, so. But anyway, check it out on the app at videogameoutsiders.com. So, all right, guys, that's it for the video. I'll see you very soon, hopefully within the next week or two or something like that. So, and then again, go to johnsarcade.com and enter the raffle, and you can win all of this fun stuff. So, that's it, guys. I'll see you very soon. Later, and bye.